Moving on in the playoff previews, we have the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago being this is a record. This has never happened before in NHL history. Every single team in a division in the Central Division is making the playoffs. The first time that any of that has happened in NHL history. So, and Chicago is the bottom team. Chicago's the bottom team with a 32, 30, and 8 with 72 points. They scored 212 goals, which that's put them at 18th. Chicago, unlike Edmonton, was kind of in the middle of the pack for this. Goals against 218 was 21st. Their top three players: Patty Kane, 33 goals, 51 assists for 84 points. He hit the 1,000 point mark this season. Number 2 is Jonathan Toews with 18 goals, 42 assists, and 60 points. And number 3 is rookie, I think he's a rookie, Dominik Kubalik with 30 goals, 16 assists for 46 points. Goaltending, as you know, Robin Leonard was traded to Vegas in the three-way deal of Toronto, Chicago, and Vegas. So Leonard's gone, and the minimum you have to play more than 23 games. So all I have here is Corey Crawford. He has 16 wins, a 2.77 goals against average, .917 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Not too bad. And then you have Malcolm Subban, who's going to back him up. Chicago really needs to hold off their defense against Edmonton. Edmonton is a high-scoring team. Draisaitl, which we will get into in a second, was projected to get 130 points. That's unbelievable. So, as you can tell there, that means that Chicago's going to have to be really careful with their defense. They need to make sure they make the right calls and the roster moves for the defense. And they need to stay solid because Crawford can't win them the cup. I mean, the Flyers know that Hextall didn't win them a cup. Hextall might as well just won him a cup because he was playing outstanding in Game 7 versus Edmonton in 87. So, you see what I'm getting at? So, he can't win a Stanley Cup on his own. So, Chicago is going to have to hold their defense and hold their game if they're going to at least get something on Edmonton. For Edmonton, their statistics, they're a lot better than Chicago. They're in the Pacific Division. They're one of the 5 teams that made it in. So, the record was 37, 25, and 9 with 83 points. Goals scored, they scored 225 goals, which was 12th. Yet Draisaitl and McDavid are dangerous. And you could probably say Nugent Hopkins is too. And goals against, 217, which is 18th in the league. So not really that good of goaltending still. Yet Mito Koskinen did better than Mike Smith in almost everything. Top players, Leon Draisaitl, 43 goals, 67 assists for 110 points. I already said this, that yes, Draisaitl was projected to get like 130, 140 points. So that would have been absolutely fire to see. And we still had about a month in the season left. So that's kind of sad. Number 2 is Connor McDavid with 34 goals, 63 assists for 97 points. My guy McDavid. Number 3 is Ryan Nugent Hopkins with 22 goals, 39 assists for 61 points. Very good statistics for these top 3 players. They're going to have to watch out. I mean, Chicago's going to have to watch out for these 3 players. And basically, Edmonton's going to have to watch out too. Their goaltending is actually kind of worrisome. Even though Chicago's worse than them, you're going to have against Kane and Toews, Kubalik, DeBrincat, all these top goal scorers, Dylan Strome. You have all these top goal scorers that you're facing up against in this series. So Chicago is going to have to be really careful. And, Edmonton's going to have to be really solid with their defense. Their defense has not been good over the past couple years. And this is their second time making the playoffs since they made it to the finals in 2006. This team has made it once. Actually, no. Well, now it's twice. This team has made it twice in the 13 years that I've been on this planet. They have made it twice in the playoffs in the 13 years I've been on this planet. That is just mind-boggling. And I hope they actually go decently far because I've never seen them in the playoffs before. I've never seen Chicago in the playoffs before. So these two teams I haven't seen yet, and they look like absolute monsters. So I'm ready to go. Goaltending, Mike Smith with 19 wins, 2.95 goals against average, .902 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Of course, they swapped. Talbot and Smith swapped places, which I thought was kind of ironic. Actually, no, Talbot was with the Flyers. That. Some people might actually forget that. Did you guys know Talbot was with the Philadelphia Flyers? He played one game, and I think he won, but then he didn't play a game since. So he was just a backup the entire time. And that was the year that the Flyers. I'm not getting into the Flyers, actually. Sorry. And yeah, so it was kind of ironic that they basically swapped spots. Number 2 is Mito Koskinen with 18 wins, a 2.75 goals against average, a .917 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Of course, his goals against average and his save percentage are better. Actually, they are much better. They're much better than Mike Smith's. And last year there was a lot of problems with Mito Koskinen. They were worried about his gloves, about his glove catching. But now I don't think that's really a problem. I think Koskinen could probably hold his ground in the series against Kane, Taves, and DeBrincat. So, well, not DeBrincat. There's a bunch of other players. But, yeah, I'm really hyped to see a series. Final prediction. Chicago fans, I'm really sorry. Knicks, Blackhawks. Actually, no, that's not your name anymore. Windy City Hockey, I love your channel, but I have to just say it. Edmonton is sweeping Chicago. I honestly don't see Chicago being able to stop the wrath of Draisaitl and McDavid. I mean, their goals against average is their goals are not very good. And Crawford is, Blackhawks fans are going to get even more mad at me, but I think Crawford's past his prime. So I would be kind of worried if I was Chicago. So yeah, Edmonton sweeping Chicago, first game in Edmonton, and then second game in Chicago. They'll move on to play. We'll get into that. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, do make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. We're at 189 subs. That is unbelievable. We're 11 subs away from the sub goal that we were supposed to hit at the end of the year. Unbelievable. I might have to make it 300 because that's unbelievable. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, do make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Pittsburgh and Montreal.